Welcome to Bethel Online Education Hub. Learn anytime, anywhere. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more. Let's learn together, the Bethel way.
Good day, everyone. Today, we embark on an exciting journey to trace the roots of humanity. How we, as human beings, have evolved, not only biological but also culturally and socially. In this lesson, tracking back the human cultural and social evolution, invite us to understand how our ancestors adapt to their environments, develop languages, build societies, and create systems of leadership and governance. As we explore this topic, we'll uncover how culture, society, and politics have shaped human life through time, from ancient civilization to modern nation. By looking at our shared history, we began to understand the values, tradition, and system that continue to influence our world today. This knowledge will help us appreciate diversity, recognize patterns in human behavior, and better understand the world we live in. As human beings, we did not become who we are today overnight. Our ancestors experienced gradual change over millions of years, not just in their physical appearance, but also in the way we live. Through the interact with one another, these changes happen in two important ways: biological evolution and cultural evolution. So now, let's identify what is biological evolution. Biological evolution refers to the changes, modification, and variation in our physical bodies over generation, such as the size of our brain, the shape of our bones, and our ability to walk upright. Scientists learn about this by studying fossils, skeletal remains, and genetic traits passed down from one generation to the next. One of the most important figures in the study of human and animal evolution is Charles Darwin, an English naturalist and scientist. In 1859, Darwin published his groundbreaking The Origin of the Species, where he introduced his famous theory explaining how life on Earth has changed over time. Darwin's theory of evolution states that species evolve and change gradually over long period of time. He proposed that this happened through a natural process called natural selection. According to Darwin, natural selection is the process where individuals with traits that help them survive and reproduce in certain environment are more likely to pass on those traits on the next generation over time. These helpful traits become more common in species, while traits that are not useful slowly disappear. This theory explains why some species survive and thrive while others become extinct. It also helps us understand how human and other living organisms have adapted to their changing environment over millions of years. Natural selection follows three important principles. The first is variation. Every species has different in traits like size, strength, or behavior. The second one is heritability. These traits can be inherited or passed down from parents to their young. The last one is differential reproductive success. Organisms with the best trait for their environment are more likely to survive and reproduce. By understanding biological evolution and natural selection, we gain a deeper appreciation of how both nature and environment work together to shape the remarkable story of humankind survival and growth. Have you ever wondered where humans came from and how we became the way we are today? To answer that, we need to travel back million years and meet our earliest ancestor, hominids. Hominids are a group of early human-like creatures that walk upright on two legs during the prehistoric period. This group includes not only modern humans, but also our ancient relatives who once roamed the earth long before us. Studying hominids give us important clues about how humans physically, culturally, and socially evolved over time. Now, we'll explore the four major categories of hominids. We have Sahelanthropus, Ardipithecus, Australopithecus, and Homo. Each of these groups play a significant role in the long story of human evolution, from early upright walkers to tool makers, fire users, and eventually modern humans. Let's uncover their remarkable journey together. The journey of human evolution is marked by the emergence of several important hominid species. Our ancient relatives and ancestors who walked the earth million years ago. These species represent crucial stage in the development of physical, behavioral, and cultural traits that define modern humans today. In this section, we'll get to know some of the most notable hominid species, their uniqueness, features, and their contribution to the story of humanity. Sahelanthropus chadensis is considered one of the earliest known species in human evolutionary history. Dating back 6 to 7 million years ago, this species exhibit a unique combination of ape-like and human-like features, including a small brain size and small teeth. What makes Sahelanthropus particularly significant in the evidence from its skull and bone structure, suggesting that it could walk upright or bipedalism. This ability marks it as one of the early species to display a key human-like trait, making it an important link to the story of how early hominids gradually evolved toward modern humans. So we have Oriontogenesis, lived about 5.7 million years ago and is one of the early known hominids. Fossils of this species were discovered in the Tugen Hills of Kenya. Though similarly in body size to modern chimpanzees, Ororin showed key signs of bipedalism. based on the structure of its thigh bone. This ability to walk on two legs is a crucial trait of human evolution. However, evidence also suggests that it still climbed trees, showing it was well adapted to both ground and forest environment. Proceed to the second category of hominids, Ardipithecus. The genus Ardipithecus includes some of the early known human ancestor, living between 5.8 to 4.4 million years ago. The name comes from the Afar language word Ardi, meaning ground, and the Greek word Pithecus, meaning ape. Together, ground ape. This genus is significant for showing early signs of bipedalism, walking upright, while still remaining physical traits for tree climbing. With a small brain size about 300 to 350, Ardipithecus represent a critical stage in evolution. A species transitioning between life in the trees and life on the ground. There are notable species of Ardipithecus. The first one is Ardipithecus cadaba, lived 5.8 to 5.2 million years ago. Their traits are early bipedal, found in toe bone. Teeth suggests a diet of fruits and plants. Second one is Ardipithecus ramidus, lived 4.4 million years ago. Famous fossils RD, a partial skeleton discovered in Ethiopia. The traits are capable of upright walking, had a grasping big toe for climbing, and small brain size and flexible hands. So now let's continue to the third category of hominids, the Australopithecus. The genus Australopithecus, meaning southern ape, lived between 4.2 to 1.2 million years ago. These early human ancestors were fully bipedal, capable of walking upright on two legs, but still retain physical traits adapted for climbing trees, with brain size ranging from 400 to 500 cc. Australopithecus species mark a significant evolutionary step forward from early hominids. While they did not make tools in the way later species did, evidence suggests that they likely used natural objects like sticks and stone as simple tools for gathering foods, defense, and possibly other basic tasks. Famous fossil discoveries such as Lucy, Australopithecus afarensis, and the Tang child have provided invaluable insight into their anatomy, diet, and behavior. There are 6 species of Australopithecus, and they are divided into two major. The first one is the robust, and the second one is the gracial. There are notable species of Australopithecus or gracial Australopithecus. They are lighter build, smaller teeth, eats softer plants, foods, and fruits. We have Australopithecus afarensis. Australopithecus amanensis, Australopithecus africanus, and the last one is Australopithecus cebida, often included in this group. So now let's proceed to the second notable species of Australopithecus. The first one is the robust Australopithecus. They are heavier build, larger jaws and teeth, adapt for chewing tough fibrous plants. We have Australopithecus aethiopicus, Australopithecus boisei, and Australopithecus robustus. Australopithecus represent an essential chapter in human evolution, bridging the evolutionary gap between earlier, more ape-like ancestor and the more advanced members of Homo genus. Their physical and behavioral traits reflect the gradual adaptation that would eventually lead to the emergence of modern humans. So now let's proceed for the last categories of hominids, the genus Homo. The genus Homo marked a significant milestone in human evolution. Members of this group had larger brain, walked fully upright, and began to create tools, control fire, and develop more advanced social behavior. The name Homo means man in Latin, and the genus includes several important species that paved the way for the rise of the modern humans. From Homo habilis, the first true toolmaker, to Homo sapiens, the creator of language, art, and complex societies. These species reflect a remarkable journey of adaptation, intelligence, and survival together. They shape the foundation of civilization. The species of Homo. The first one is Homo habilis. Known as the first true toolmaker, Homo habilis earned the nickname handyman because of its ability to craft simple stone tools. Living in Africa between 2.4 to 1.4 million years ago, this species had a brain size of 600 to 750 cc, larger than the early hominids. Their use of tools for hunting, gathering, and protection marked a major development in early human survival and adaptation. Next, we have Homo ergaster, often considered an early African form of Homo erectus. Homo ergaster lived around 1.9 to 1.4 million years ago. These species demonstrate greater intelligence, a larger brain size, and more advanced tools used than its predecessors. Homo ergaster represent an important transitional species, playing a crucial role in the eventual spread of human beyond Africa. We have Homo erectus, one of the longest surviving human species. Homo erectus thrived from 1.9 million to 110,000 years ago, known as the upright man. This species was the first to master fire, build shelter, and migrate beyond Africa into Asia and Europe. Famous fossil like Peking Man in China, which lived around 750,000 years ago, highlight their wide distribution, adaptability, and crucial cultural advancement. So now we have the last, the Homo sapiens. Modern humans belong to the species of Homo sapiens, which first appeared about 300,000 years ago with a brain size of 1,200 to 1,400 cc. Homo sapiens are credited with developing complex language, art, culture, and social system. Over time, this species spread across the globe, eventually becoming the only surviving human lineage and building up civilization we know today. There are two categories of Homo sapiens. The Homo sapiens neanderthalensis live, living in cold regions of Europe and Western Asia from 400,000 to 40,000 years ago. The Neanderthals were strong, stocky humans with larger brains, often larger than modern humans. They skillfully used tools, hunted large animals, built shelter, buried their dead, and displayed symbolic behavior, providing that complex social and cultural practices existed long before modern humans. And the second is the Homo sapiens, the modern humans. Emerging around 300,000 years ago in Africa, modern humans, or Homo sapiens quickly become the most successful human species on Earth. Known for their slender build, creative skills, and rich cultural traditions. They invented complex tools, produced art, music, and language, and developed advanced social structure. Early populations like the Cro-Magnons in Europe, who lived from 40,000 to 10,000 years ago, left behind standing cave paintings and ornaments, providing lasting proof of human creativity and ingenuity. Cultural evolution trends. Sahelanthropus chandensis live in wood areas. Most of cultural evolution is pure speculation. Australopithecus group. Only datable evidence that they made tools and no evidence that they had some home or bases, or shred foods, probably opportunities feeder. Paranthropus genus. Some evidence they use bones or perhaps stick to dig up roots. This would leave no fossil evidence though. Evidence suggests Robustus ate coarse, tough food supplements by small insects. Homogeneous, develop of speech, enabled by broadcast area of brain. First seen in Homo habilis. Develop of tool making. Homo habilis was known as the handyman and made all the one tools. Homo erectus used Acheulean tools and was known as the fire maker. Neanderthalis used Austrian tools and began to attach stone tools to handles. Homo sapiens used advanced tools of flint and bone, used blade and points called Upper Paleolithic tools, developed of group living and culture. Homo habilis, successful hunters, made shelter and lived in bands of about 12 peoples. Homo erectus built shelter, hunts, supported by wood poles. Serious cooperative hunters. Homo heidelbergensis, able to hunt large prey, were cannibals, built shelter, and used fire. Homo neanderthals, intelligent, live in cave, build stone walls, dress in hides, bury their dead, and strong social bonds. Homo sapiens, skilled hunter, live in a large group, engrave and paint on walls, carve statues, and etc. Now, let's summarize our lesson. We learn about biological evolution, which focuses on physical changes such as brain size, bone structure, and walking upright. We also studied cultural evolution, which look at how human develop tools, language, belief, and social system over time. This lesson introduced Charles Darwin's theory of natural selection, explaining how traits that help organisms survive and reproduce became more common over generations. Then we trace the journey of our early ancestor called hominids, including Sahelanthropus chadensis, Oriontogenensis, Ardipithecus, Australopithecus, and finally the Homo genus, which include Homo habilis, first tool makers, Homo ergaster, Homo erectus, mastered far and migrate, and Homo sapiens, modern humans. These species represent the key stage in human development, physically, mentally, and socially, leading to the rich culture and societies we have today. As we conclude our journey through the story of human biological, biocultural, and social evolution, let us remember that who we are today is the result of million years of gradual changes, adaptation, and learning from our earliest ancestor, who walked upright and made simple tools, to modern human who build civilization and create culture. The history of humanity is a story of resilience, creativity, and survival. By understanding our shared past, we not only appreciate the challenges our ancestors faced, but also recognize the importance of culture, community, and cooperation in shaping our world today. May this knowledge inspire us to value human diversity, respect different traditions, and take part in building a better, more inclusive future for everyone. Thank you for being part of today's lesson, and I look forward to our next learning adventure together.